Michael, this has to be one of the biggest requested features of all time. Black Ops 6 will have a smaller download than Modern Warfare 3. Chris calling over at VGC once again. Activision has announced that it aims to make Call of Duty install sizes smaller. The publisher says that when Black Ops 6 is released in October, it will be a smaller download at launch. At launch, Michael, let me rephrase that. At launch, then Modern Warfare 3. This will be due to updates planned between now and the game's release, which will change the way Call of Duty games are installed. The first of these updates, which will come as part of the Season 5 Reloaded update for Warzone and Modern Warfare 3, will change the way games are installed by default. In recent years, players downloading the standalone Call of Duty games will also install the free-to-play game Warzone by default if they don't already have it. Activision says this will now change, and when players buy a new Call of Duty game, they'll only have to install the files required for that game. Quote, players can opt in to get Call of Duty Warzone when they're downloading a new annual title, or simply download it separately at any point in time. And quote, the choice is yours. End quote. The Season 5 update will reorganize game files and add new tech in preparation for an overhaul in October. Players will have to download a big update as part of the reorganization, but Activision says downloading now will pave the way over the next several weeks and ultimately lead to a better experience when Black Ops 6 arrives. And quote, PS5 players will have to install the update through 4 separate downloads? Oh my god, what? Michael, what is that? 4 separate downloads because of how it handles updated files. Other formats will get a single download. Oh my goodness. Man, quote, once complete, Call of Duty's footprint will decrease due to these file optimizations, end quote. Activision says, quote, as a result of these updates, Black Ops 6 will be a smaller download at launch than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, end quote. It claims for now. Michael, dude, what do you...
Oh, man.
I'm still stuck on the 4 separate down. Wow, what is? Okay, Michael, take it away.
I was hyped when I saw this because as long-time Call of Duty players, especially of the last 3-4 years, will know the file size is massive. There were rumored screenshots going around that Black Ops 6 Day 1 was going to be 300 gigabytes, which, if you have an S, is over half of your file size. So I was hyped, and now you're telling me, yeah, this feels like 1 or 2 steps forward, 3 or 4 steps back, especially if you're on PlayStation. 4 separate downloads.
It's one of those things. It's definitely one of those things. It's a little confusing as to why there's 4 separate file sizes, but at the end, they're paving the future for the roadmap, right? I think that's the biggest goal, is how do we make these things smaller? So yeah, they don't take up half the space. Dude, a lot of people go in, they'll play Call of Duty, but then they can only have another couple games on their console, which is a big problem, right? Especially in this day and age when we talked about today on today's show, how many games just dropped alone today, right? All of a sudden now, like, well, I've got 300 gigs tied up into Call of Duty. What else can I play? Well, I can play 2 other games. That kind of sucks. To the point where I felt backwards last year when I bought a memory card to plug into my Xbox, right? Like that was, dude, I bought a memory card. Like those PS2 days of swapping out my memory cards, I thought were gone, but I needed more space on my Xbox. Dude, I still need more space on my PlayStation. It's just one of those things. Just the more games download, the more space it takes up. And I'm definitely sucked into that digital age. I'm not one to get up anymore and put in a disc. Dude, I don't remember the last time I even had a disc, right? So we rely on these file sizes to be more compact. And Call of Duty, by far, is one of the worst ones. NBA 2K is another one. That game is just a monster, and it's frustrating because it sits on my console and just eats up so much space. So, dude, I'm happy for them that they're able to shrink it down, but it just seems like such a weird move, too, at the same time, to be, there's 4 separate downloads.